This is video 2 in a 3-part series on how to measure your carbon footprint using the BDC Greenhouse Gas Calculator. Video 1 explored the basics of greenhouse gas accounting. In this video, we'll discuss how to prepare for measuring your carbon footprint with the calculator, and in video 3, we'll demonstrate how to use it. The GHG Calculator provides an introductory tool for calculating Scope 1 and 2 emissions and offers a snapshot of a carbon footprint, though it is not a certified carbon inventory. This GHG calculator contains multiple macros. To ensure full functionality of the calculator, you must enable macros when opening the file. First, right-click on the downloaded file and select Properties. Next, in the section titled Security, select Unblock. Click Apply, then OK to confirm the changes. Open the file in Microsoft Excel. If prompted with a security warning about macros, select Enable Content to allow macros to run. Once opened, you'll see that the GHG calculator is structured into 8 intuitive tabs: a cover page, how to use this calculator, GHG Accounting 101, Get Started, Measure, Results, Emission Factors, and Glossary. You can switch between tabs by selecting the corresponding title along the bottom of the workbook or by selecting the buttons at the end of each page. Before measuring your business's carbon footprint, you must determine your organizational and operational boundaries by assessing what operations and activities your GHG inventory will include or exclude. This GHG calculator uses the control approach, so you will include the business operations that you own or control. Next, set your operational boundary by identifying the emissions-generating activities associated with your operations by reviewing the common emissions sources provided in the Get Started tab. The Get Started tab is where you can begin setting up your business. This tab acts as a checklist and helps to assess what emission sources are relevant for your business and what data you will need to complete your calculation. We will now walk through each step using this example company. First, select your reporting year, in this case 2022. Then select your industry. Select yes or no for up to 5 business locations, such as a warehouse, office, or manufacturing facility. You must input yes or no for each location. No cells should be left empty. Next, select the province related to each business location. Following this, provide the floor area of each business location in square meters. This step is optional, but required if you need the calculator to estimate natural gas and electricity purchased usage. Once complete, you are now ready to identify the Scope 1 and 2 emission sources used at each location. For each location, you must select yes or no for each emissions source used in your business operations. This will determine the data you need to collect for the Measure tab. For fugitive emissions, the yes or no response indicates whether your company location has one of the listed equipment types. Next, identify the most reliable data source available. Data sources are the places you will look to obtain activity data for an emissions source, such as a utility bill or receipts from purchases. The GHG calculator has 3 potential data sources to choose from for each emission source: actual consumption data, such as utility bills, amount spent, such as purchase receipts, or estimate needed if required. Only one option may be selected as yes. It is assumed that the data collection method per emission source will be the same across all locations.